Hey, y'all.
Hey,
this
hey.
is Lomaine.
And this is Esther Jade.
In Spain, like the country.
Yes.
We're doing a mashup today with...
That's right.
From Gurl, Whet podcast to...
Thee Informal Podcast.
Yeah.
Girl, what?
Yeah. Girl, what? Yeah, you got to do it like... Girl, what?
Girl, what?
Girl, what?
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, ladies?
Hey. We are excited to be here with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for this conversation.
Yes.
So let's just kick it. Let's just get right to it.
Okay, let's do it.
So Spain was interested in one of our conversations that we were having on our podcast episode.
Right.
Esther had mentioned that she has a list of vetting questions for men, in order to kind of fill them out before you really waste your time or not dating them. Sure. So she has pulled up some of her questions and we are going to discuss.
Yeah. So way back in the day when I was following dating content on the internet streets.
The internet streets is crazy.
Yeah, no. I found some very good information out there, and I actually ran across, I think there was a dating coach, and they had this, it came from like a religious dating coach. But it was like, you laugh, right? And I was like, oh, what are these PDF of questions? And, they told you where to get it. And so some of the questions on here is, what are your goals and aspiration in life? Do you desire to be married? I'm going to skip around a little bit. What are your beliefs about marriage? How do you like to communicate and express affection in a relationship? That was my favorite one. That was like the very first one I gravitated towards.
And I was going to ask you that. What were your favorites? Like, what ones did you...
I would have to go into my secret arsenal for that one.
It's another file. Another PDF.
Yeah, no, that's in the notes. You got to separate the PDFs from the notes app.
Okay.
Let's see. I can get that. I can run that up for y'all real quick if you really want to know it.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, I want the more commonly used.
Oh, the more commonly used ones. I don't know if you're ready for that because some of them are pretty spicy.
Wow.
I mean,
and this is the vetting process.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my spicy versus your spicy. It's different spices.
We talking jalapeno or what is it?
It's like
Carolina Reaper.
Well, the highest would be habanero. But it would be like somewhere between Reaper and ghost pepper. Which one is it that like you don't? It doesn't really just sting you on the first bite. It's not until
it lingers.
It's not until it gets to the back of the throat. That's the one.
Is that the Carolina?
I think that is the Carolina.
So I'm a Carolina creeper.
Wow.
Not creeper.
Carolina Reaper.
Creeper's probably right too.
I'm not a creeper though. I'm a good girl.
Right. I wish y'all could have seen how she just looked at me when she said that.
So some of the questions on my personal ones was, what did you use to accept? Okay, what did you use to accept in relationships that you are no longer willing to?
That's a good one, though.
What did you use to accept in relationships that you're no longer in?
Yeah, and that you're no longer willing to accept. Yeah,
that's good.
Ideally, if they're on a date with me, they shouldn't be with someone else.
Right.
That's
ideally.
Yeah.
You know how many married men are out on this?
I know.
Yeah, that's why I got them apps.
Yeah.
So the answer to those questions, how interesting was that?
Some was like,
could they even answer?
Right.
Some of them really fumbled. Like you could tell they were just like, I spent some time by myself, or it would just be very vague responses.
Okay.
I already, these are questions that I already know how to answer because they're that thready. But, some of the things I was looking for is like, well, some guys would be like, I got cheated on. That was like the most popular one. I don't know if that was always true.
Right.
But I was just like, okay, but I don't know any men that accepted cheating.
Right.
But they'll cheat. But anyway.
Yeah. Don't, what did it say? Don't do it if you can't handle it. What's that saying?
Yeah.
Can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Yeah.
That's it.
I would say, tell me your story. What led you to insert dating app, right? If you could wave a magic wand, what would your life look like in 5 years?
But that was an interesting one because most don't even know what it's going to look like tomorrow.
Right.
See, if you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, why would I want to mess with you?
Yeah, build something.
Right.
Well, I don't even believe in building a man. I'm not Barbara the Builder, so he has to come
no, I'm
already
just saying,
ready made.
Even like not build him, but just
No, I don't.
building not even relationship, building building a relationship, a future, a community.
I want my man already built.
But it's not building him. Y'all are building something together.
And that's interesting because
You're not getting what I'm saying, but it's okay.
me and Pete had a conversation a couple episodes back, and I was watching the Pop the Balloon.
Yeah, I love
Right?
that show. Did you
watching
see
that.
the Richmond one?
I don't know. I think I saw all of them, but I'm not sure.
I'm gonna send you the Richmond one. That one's wild.
But the question was, and it went totally left. The question was, what do you bring to the table?
Who was asking that?
I think it was the guy asking
The girl.
I knew it.
asking the girls.
Because that's not something women say.
Right, exactly. And
Or
they
ask.
took it, and they took it, and they were like, "What? Why would you even ask me
Right.
that?" Type of thing. Like they were offended.
Yeah, it is an offensive question.
Right. So why? Why? Tell me why. We talked about it, but I want to know.
Because women are the table. We are the resource.
Mm-hmm.
Where, if you look at historically, let's take black women and men, right? Like we've had to always build together. I'm not saying that men don't build, but like most men want to get, like I said before, men marry for labor, not for love. Most men want to pass on their legacy. You can't, and most men connect that to children, right?
Right.
So you need a woman to have a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's that. And also, if you're a very traditional home, there are people who depend on a woman to do the domestic labor. And then in relationships, women tend to do the emotional labor.
Okay. So do you think finance, if someone asks you that, is that the first thing that pops in your head?
It might
Or
be
no?
one of the things.
Not necessarily the first, no.
Yeah. But it could be one of the things.
And honestly, in today's society, I feel like most times the woman is actually the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially in the Black community.
Yeah. And it's not something that's necessarily going to be discussed, but even I know, like, for the jobs that I've held, like me talking to male counterparts,
Right.
they make less than I make. And because of that, I think that a lot of men are like, okay, well, and not saying this verbatim, but like, okay, she can kind of be like my sugar mama type of thing, where it's like, I'm going to show her love, but at the same time, because she makes more than me, it's like, okay, I expect the roles. They don't want to say it, but they kind of expect the roles to be reversed as well.
Yeah. So they kind of settle and let it kind of happen.
Right.
Because they've been accepted. What they bring to the table has been accepted by the person that's the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy work though.
That show is crazy work. I love it though. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, it does. I love that show.
But then I got mad when they put it on Netflix.
They went on Netflix?
And it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible now.
They
Yeah.
need to keep it on YouTube.
The only thing I liked
love
about it was
that
Yvonne.
energy.
Like, I love Yvonne.
I didn't even know that. Well, I don't have Netflix, so I wouldn't know.
I think they only did like one or two.
Yeah,
I think it was only like one
I hate
season.
the Netflix
Yeah.
episodes.
I want to do my own dating show with these questions.
You should.
Well, some of the light stuff I asked was, did you make your bed this morning?
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, that's a serious question. So both my parents are former military officers.
Okay.
And that also tells you a lot about how someone starts their day. What if they're organized, if,
True. Very
if they're
true.
domestic, if they
Right.
believe in domestic labor, because if they're disheveled and don't make their bed and stuff,
Right.
what does that tell me?
Mine is lazy behavior. I'm gonna tell you what I do. I sleep on top of my bed and sleep with a comforter on top of it and
sound
fold
like
up
me
my
some
comforter.
days.
Cause listen, adulting is ghetto.
So what were the answers to that? Like, literally someone asked you.
I've had men say no, they don't make their bed, and that was an ick for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not into doing domestic labor for other people than myself.
Crazy.
So would you like? But
I mean,
Do you-
it was in combination with other answers that were red flags.
gotcha. Because I was about to say, if somebody didn't make their bed and like y'all say in another world and galaxy, right? Let's say you had a boyfriend and y'all lived together, right? And he exactly that's why I said in
very
another look. That's
imaginary.
why I said in another world and galaxy.
Not
But
even that. It's just in dreams. Go ahead.
If he didn't make his bed, right? Like, would you
Why?
be
Because
that
he was in a
one?
hurry to make me breakfast? Sure.
Would
That's fine.
would you be that one that'd be like, oh, I'm going to make his side of the bed?
No.
I was gonna say, so would it
You can
like
come
at
back
the end
and
of
do
the
it.
day? But what if he didn't? Would that bother you? Because that's something that
I
your
wouldn't be
parents
with
raised
him
you
if he
on?
didn't make his side of the bed. That's my answer.
Interesting.
Very.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
All right, give us some more.
Okay. What was the last thing you bragged about to your mom?
That's an interesting question.
Exactly. You get a very right.
That question has like tentacles of other questions.
Yeah,
Right.
attached to
exactly.
it.
That's why I was asking.
Ah.
A lot of men didn't like these questions because basically it gave off I wasn't a prey. I wasn't prey.
Okay.
I wasn't good prey. I should say that
Mm.
because I'm not asking very surface level questions where they have to.
Right.
Some of them
Like a
like
yes or no.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of them really were just like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this question.
Good.
Okay, you can't be jolly on the spot. Like if you don't have any kind of spontaneity or creativity to think, that's a big issue for me too.
And that does bother me because it's like, okay, when you go in for a job interview, they ask you questions. You don't know the list of
Yes.
questions that they're going to ask you.
Right.
But if you want that job, you're going to come up with an answer. And again, they're not just surface level questions that they're going to ask you. They're going to make you think. So
Well-
why not treat a date like an interview?
Because I'm telling you, men are treating the apps like their own personal sex Rolodex. So
That's crazy.
It gets hey, look. My questions get even more interesting. I say, is anyone under the impression they're in a relationship with you?
I ask people that all the time.
Well, see, I did a legalese twist on it, right? Because you can say, are you in a relationship? And they can say no,
No.
but the person that is in the relationship with
Right.
them says yes.
I ask that all the time, and I will say, is there anybody who may think that they're in a relationship with you, think that they're,
Yeah.
in any kind of ship with you or anything, where if I were to like possibly either give you my number or let you know that I'm interested in you, that I will have somebody trying to call me at 3 or 4 in the morning cussing me out because they see that we've been in communication.
Right.
Like, because I've had that happen to me. And the funny thing is, funny story. I was in college and I had met this man. He was a beautiful, beautiful man. Beautiful, beautiful man. But I gave him my number, like hadn't had any conversations with him, anything. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning one day. I'm knocked out because I had to be at my internship at like 5 in the morning. Get a phone call. And there are 2 women on the phone. It was his wife and one of his girlfriends.
Ooh, see?
What?
And they're like yelling at me, mind you. I'm asleep. So I'm like, hello. And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, you're calling my number. Who is this? And they're like, we're such and such. His wife is on the phone, and I just found out that he has a girlfriend. And then I see your number in his phone too. I'm like,
That was rude though. Waking you up like that.
girl. But
Saying that.
I will say it's rude, yes, but women are emotional beings.
Yeah, but I'm a girl's girl. I don't like.
You're different.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
have
go
to
off on the
remember that,
man.
though.
I'm not gonna go off the woman.
But
'cause
that's
you don't know
not
what he's
that's
telling
not the case.
I know.
Most women, that's not going to be their case.
Right.
me. Be
They're
girls,
going
girls,
to go.
ladies,
Oh,
and-
they're going to go off on the other women because they still think that, or they still want that man.
You
So
can have
they
them for the streets.
literally called me, and I'm like, I've never been with this man. I've never I met him out in Raleigh. Like that's it. Like y'all can delete my number from his phone. I don't need anything. There's nothing that's happened. And I hung up.
wife and girlfriend.
Wife and girlfriend.
On the phone together.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And I was
So
just
he was in a polygamous relationship.
he was in a polygamous relationship, but they thought they were monogamous.
Both. Hold up, monogamous between the 3 of them.
Oh, excuse me. No. They thought that they were both by themselves.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't know about each other.
Right. They didn't know about each other initially.
I'm not shocked.
And it's a whole
Tale
app.
of all his time.
What's the name of the app that's out now before we get out of here?
T app. We were just
Yeah,
talking, we
T
talked
app.
about
What it
that
is.
on our first episode. Yep.
Yep. We talked about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
know I heard
there's-
it somewhere recently.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I was about to say, to kind of stem off that, we have the Are We Dating the Same Guy? The different pages on Facebook.
By
What?
city or region. Mhm.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
these are the tools that women need to, protect themselves of it.
Yeah. And I think they should really, especially with those statistics we
Yes.
had in y'all show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always protect yourself.
Always.
Some of the other questions I had was, how would you describe what a healthy relationship looks like? What is your strongest handyman quality? I'm filing that away for later if I need something like, oh, you fix computers? Come on over here. I love my little geek squad,
Did that ever go sideways though?
What do you mean?
What's your best handyman quality?
No. Usually men
Really?
like to show off
I know, right?
their talents. Usually men are
Because
going
I
to lie
thought that
with that.
would be like a open door red carpet
Right.
Oh, no.
to go
Right.
sideways and just
I
in their mind.
better than I tell you.
Right.
So Lauren knows me very well. I'm good at when I get fly balls like that. I'll just be like, I'll be quiet.
bypassed.
I'll
Yeah.
act like they didn't say it and they're like, hey, are you there? Yeah, what's up? Did you see see what? Yeah. Yep. Like, it gets real uncomfortable in the room when I do that. Which is
So if somebody asks you these questions, like
yeah, how would you
how
answer?
would you answer them?
Yeah,
or
like-
would they make you uncomfortable?
Nah, because I'm honest
Yeah.
Okay.
most times.
So
I'm going
on
to tell
your-
you the truth.
Okay, we'll test this one out. On your last vacation, did you plan everything out beforehand or go with the flow?
Go with the flow.
Oh yeah,
I'm
we
going to go with
would.
the flow type of
Yeah, we wouldn't have matched.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I would-
and I laugh even with our podcast. Like she's very like it has to be planned out. And I know she probably got pissed off because I'll be like, it's on the printout. It's on my printout, like kind of thing, And it's like, and that's what I told her. I'm like, I understand that, like, you want those outlines. I was like, but sometimes it's okay to veer and
Right.
go away. So,
And that's not saying
Not on vacations,
every
no.
time. Like,
girl,
no.
that's the best time.
No.
Do it.
Yeah.
Because people be forgetting passports, extra pair of underwear.
Oh, that
all of
part. That part. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say we have a
Okay.
checklist
That
to pack.
part,
Yeah,
yes.
like all that stuff. But then once you get there, you
yeah.
might have like a couple of things that you want to
yeah,
do.
no.
But
Yes.
then it's like definitely, I'm going to be spontaneous.
See, this is why we have to have the conversations, right?
Right.
See,
There
okay.
we go.
And then this is a kind of a spicy question. It was like, how do you handle conflict? Right? Because I want to see if they're going to tell on themselves.
Do they?
A lot, because I'm really good at reading in between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I had one guy try to talk about how he handled conflict at work. And I was like, okay, so how do you handle conflict in a relationship?
Right.
He basically didn't know what to say, which to me equates to a lie. You know how you handle it. He wasn't expecting that question.
Right.
So this is what would have been my response, because I have one written out. I said, I'm not afraid of conflict, as it isn't always a negative interaction. I utilize communication, active listening, and emotional intelligence when handling a conflict. Mostly, I'm slow to react, but I'm known for being spicy. If there's violence in words or actions, I expeditiously disengage from and dismiss the situation / individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what just came to my mind?
What?
Busted, go ahead, smoke a hole, shoot it. Like, I wish somebody, not even being funny, and God forbid this were to happen to me, but God knows that he made me with a little bit too much crazy. Like, he put a little too much crazy juice in me. So, like, sometimes the things that, like, I hear things that happen, right? Like, to other people.
Don't poke the bear.
And I'm
Right.
like, God knew not to put me in that situation. Like, I am that person who's very much so a protector. Like, especially when it comes to my family. Like, my cousins know
You don't play.
I don't play at all. And I remember
Not
my
Mama
cousin
Love.
telling me one time that this dude hit her.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my.
And I
Vaseline
said, no,
intense.
I was like, because I forgot what happened. Or no, I think I may have been living in North Carolina at the time. So it wasn't just like I could just hop in my car and like go down
Right.
the street. And when they
Need to be
told me that,
calculated.
I got so pissed off, and like I would laugh because for the longest time, like even when he would still come around, like they would have to kind of just like separate me because I'm ready to mollywop. Like I don't care, you man, woman, child. Like if you do something to mess with my family, like I'm going to be that person that's going to be like, nah, like you violated. You know, they might not have done something, but you got the right one now. So it's, you know, definitely I really, even for my like my homegirls, like if, you know, of course, especially with this being, you know, Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I've lost friends to domestic violence and just, you know, stuff like that. I don't take that lightly. So it's like, I'm willing to put myself on the front line. People are like, girl, you ain't nobody. Like, I've never been in a fight in my life, but I'm ready to go to war for people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
you love hard in the paint.
Don't play. Yeah. Like it's not something that people would expect because I'm very kind, like very, not saying soft spoken, but like I'm kind of like that level person.
Yeah, you're very calm.
But again, what'd you say?
You're very calm. I like that about
but
you.
It takes a lot too.
Right. Yeah. But then once I get there, if you keep pushing that big red button that say don't push, you're going to see that other side of me and it's going to be a wrap. Yeah. So it's like FAFO. Straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
That's
so if you were on a date with me and I said, what makes you feel supported? How would you answer that?
What makes me feel supported? Listening to what I say and
active listening,
but not only that, like paying attention to the small things. That's something that like will make my heart smile because it's like, even I have like a homeboy who is not, and I chuckle because I be having a hard time reading men and I go to him a lot of times to get male advice, but I love fresh flowers. So he'll like send me fresh flowers like every once in a while. And just that's even like something small like that, you know what I'm saying? Or like I'll be down at the beach for Thanksgiving. So I was like, I want to go to the aquarium. And he's like, okay, we'll see about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. But I mean, I know it's a good friend, but still like, with things like that, it's like, okay, you show me that you are an active listener. You're picking up those small things that I'm putting down. And just even if we're just having like a general conversation, I might say, oh my gosh, I love such and such, or that's my favorite such and such. And then like it'll appear or something will come up. Like stuff like that really helps me pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when somebody else is paying attention to what I say, it's like it makes me want to step my game up even more.
Yeah,
just dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna reciprocate what you give me at the end of the day.
Spain. So what makes you feel supported?
I need a vent place. So someone that can actually sit there and listen to me.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm a Pisces. I'm creative. My mind is always going.
Yep.
So if I can sit there and vent, whether bad or good, if someone can listen and just sit there and listen and of course add on to it or ask me questions or whatever to get it even out further, I'm good with that. I feel supported.
And these are questions that are also good for people who are in relationships too. Right?
Yeah, facts.
So another one I would ask is, what are your pet peeves? What are your views on communication?
And keep in mind, this is a list.
Yeah. Yes, this is I have 31.
The PDF
31. These are just my basic questions, and it was an ever growing list. There was also, what are your expectations of a romantic partner and a relationship with you? So that's very specific because then it opens the gateway to what they really desire a relationship for.
Right.
What kind of lifestyle do you desire? How do you feel about kids?
But these are basic questions, so
some of
hopefully you got some pretty honest, good answers. Was it anyone that was like fumbled at the goal line?
So it was a while ago because I stopped dating like last year, like before Halloween. They were very honest as they could be. Right. Again, I'm good at reading between the lines. Like, one of the ones I would ask is, what are your flaws? And that, that was like a softball question, right? And I like to start out with those. So that they would say stuff like, oh, I'm disorganized or something like that, right?
Right.
you know, one of the other ones I would ask is, have you ever been violent?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that look like? Right. But I can usually tell because I like to ask certain questions like that when I see you and I can look you in your eyeball.
Yes.
And I can tell when you look away, if you
Right.
stumble, or I'll be like,
like
oh,
your
what about you? Why
eyeballs
don't you
start
answer the
going
question
back and
first?
forth,
Because they
right.
try to mirror me. And I'm like, oh, red flag. And this is it. That's like, I have quite a few. I went to a speed dating event a couple months ago.
Wow.
And I asked a couple of questions and I had at least 2 guys. No, 3 actually. When I asked a question that I could tell they were uncomfortable with answering or they were nervous about, they were like, "Oh, what do you think? How would you answer that?"
Really?
I'd be like, "Oh,
Deflecting.
I think that too." Next.
Right.
Oh, so kind of waiting for you to answer.
Yeah.
Piggyback.
No, they would literally say, "Oh, well, why don't you answer first?" No, they literally say that to my face.
And I'm like, no, I asked you for
Yeah,
a reason.
and
so
I
you
did,
need
and
to
I
answer.
did. I
Wow.
did. Why don't you? Because they wanted to parrot me.
Yeah.
Or they were nervous about fumbling because, you know, they wanted the boochie cat.
You're going to learn some new vocabulary.
Yes.
All right, that's a whole nother
But that's, yeah, it's how, when you ask the question, like to the guys about, you know, have they been violent? How did they respond or how did they answer that?
Sometimes it didn't even get that far.
Okay.
Well, I would say oftentimes it didn't get that far because that was a question I would ask if right in front of them, like once we got in person.
Gotcha.
A lot of these dates never made it to actual person to person. It was just on the app.
Yeah.
That's how bad the dating world is. You can't even get off the app because I had one guy who we had made plans to get together and he literally in the same day we had made plans. He was coming from 757 area. He said, "Oh, well, my mom's in the hospital in like New Jersey or New York and I have to go see her." It's all right, you go take care of that. And then I blocked because that was like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen a guy make an excuse at the very last minute.
Right.
And I'm really good at pattern recognition. And ladies, listen to your intuition. It will never let you down.
Yep.
And that's what my intuition told me. Because it's like you waited literally the same day, an hour before, very, very last minute, where it's very noticeable. And I also have been privy to some red pill content where they do some very con artist destructive type things. So it's like, oh, okay, seen this before. Bye. And that's the main reason why I stopped dating. Because it wasn't fun for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it. Well, that was
Do
a
not recommend.
Great show.
Thank you.
Great mashup
Yeah.
with Gurl, Whet.
Yeah.
Hashtag y'all, ladies out there, protect
Black
Boochie
women. I thought you were going to say protect black women. Okay. Protect Boochie Cat. Yes. Yes, I support that.
Yeah. So thanks for having me on y'all mashup.
Yes, thank you.
For joining us.
Man, Spain like the country from Thee Informal Podcast and
Lo Mein.
And Esther from
Gurl,
Whet
Whet
Podcast.
peace, kinfolk.
Stay connected to Gurl Whet Podcast by following us online. You can follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Gurl Whet Podcast. That's GurlWhetPodcast. We'd love to keep in touch with you. Come on, keep talking with us. That's what we do, right? So we have our, reflections. If you have any questions, comments, or you yourself want to reflect on anything you've heard us talk about, please don't be afraid to hit us up. Again, you can hit us up in our DMs on Instagram, or if you want to comment under one of our YouTube posts, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, both of those handles are Gurl Whet Podcast, GurlWhetPodcast.
And you also have the option to leave us a voice memo in our DMs or leave us a voice message at 804-476-0905. Again, that number is 804-476-0905. And with your permission, we may feature it in a future episode. Your voice helps us shape meaningful dialogue on Gurl Whet. So remember to stay in community. Remember to stay bold. And girl, keep talking.